For this project you will need to have the pattern. If you have yours, you can use yours, but for those of you who doesn't, I'll attach the link with it in the description box below. Some stretchable fabric, I'm going to use a 4-way stretch polyester. Soft lining fabric for the gusset. The elastic, I'm going to use the Pico elastic. You also will need to have the threads, which are matching your elastic and the fabric. Some needles to pin the fabric. The scissors. The lighter. The piece of chalk to outline the pattern. Fold your fabric in half. Place the pattern on top of the fold of the fabric. Grab the chalk and outline everything around. Then cut it off. And don't forget to put the mark for the gusset. On top of the front element, place the back element, face to each other. Then grab the lining fabric and with the face down, place it on top. Then pin this place with the needles on one side and on the other as well. After, go to your overlocker or sewing machine and sew here. And if you are going to use the overlocker, then overlock the top edge of the gusset as well. When you finish to sew, it should look this way. Grab the scissors and cut off the threads. Then use the lighter to eliminate the leftover of the threads. Place the lining fabric on top of the marks and pin it with the needles. This is our gusset marks, which is here on the pattern. We need to take the lining fabric and place this on top of the marks. Pin it with the needles. Grab the elastic and sew it on here and here. Place the elastic face to face on top of the fabric. And yeah, elastic also has a right side and the wrong side, so you need to place it right side to the right side. After, sew it here. When you sew, you don't stretch the fabric. You stretch a little bit only the elastic. When you come close to the gusset, make sure that the lining fabric stays on the marks. Check the elastic everywhere and make sure that there is no any fabric which is coming out. If you have a little bit of the fabric out, like here, then grab the scissors and cut it off. But be careful, do not cut the elastic. Fold the elastic this way, like I'm doing here, and sew it in this place. Do the same on the other side. Fold the panties face to each other and align the side seams. And pin them with the needles. Go to your overlocker or sewing machine and sew here. When you start to sew side seams, always start with the elastic. Place this under the needles. Put the needles on top of the elastic. And start to sew. It should look this way after the sewing. This way your elastic will be on the same level. Cut off the threads. Grab the lighter and eliminate the leftover of the threads. Turn the panties on the right side. Take the elastic again and sew it here, everywhere around, up to this place. This is the front element of the panties, and this is the back one. This is the side seam. Push it to the back element of the panties. Reverse the panties and align two sides together. Pin it with the needles. Go to your overlocker or sewing machine and sew here. Grab the lighter and melt the elastic. Stick it together. Do the same on the other side. And a little bit in the middle as well. Place the elastic under the needles. Put the needles down on top of the elastic. Start to sew. When you come close to the elastic, to prevent the sliding of the elastic, put your finger under the foot. It will help to elevate it. With this hand, hold the elastic and put your finger under the foot. And start to sew. When you finish, then remove the finger. This way the elastic will stay on the same level on the both sides. Cut off the threads. Grab the lighter and eliminate the leftover of the threads. This is the back element and this is the front element. As you can see here, my side seam pushed to the back element. Then grab the needle and push it inside the same way like I'm doing here. Block the thread. You need to grab both layers of the elastic and put the needle inside of the loop, exactly the same way like I'm doing here. And keep sewing. When you finish to sew on top, you need to sew on the side here. Principle of sewing is the same. You grab a little bit of the elastic and the side seam and put the needle inside of the loop. Block the thread. Keep sewing the same way here and here.